Hi guys, my name's Tim Davis at Bankbound, and today we're talking about GA4 or Google Analytics 4. Specifically, we're going to talk about what is GA4, the parallel use of Universal Analytics and GA4, migrating from Universal Analytics to GA4, and installing GA4 on your website. Let's get into it. First, what is GA4? GA4 is the latest version of Google Analytics, the previous version being Universal Analytics. And I should say that on July 1st, 2023, Universal Analytics stopped processing data. So if you haven't already made the move to GA4, now is a great time. What are the main differences between Universal and GA4? First, how conversions are tracked. Universal Analytics tracked one conversion per session. For example, if a user filled out 2 or 3 forms in a session, then depending on how you set up Universal Analytics, it may have only counted that as one conversion. In GA4, it counts each one of those items. So you would actually see 3 conversions in that instance. The next thing next way that Google Analytics 4 is different is how it measures engagement, and the fact that it actually measures something called engagement rate, engaged sessions, whereas Universal Analytics only gave you a bounce rate, which at the outset was not included in GA4, but I believe now is. And the next and final thing I'll mention here in terms of the main differences is how cross-domain tracking is done. In Universal Analytics, you had multiple views, you had roll-up accounts. It was somewhat cumbersome and convoluted to get that in motion. Using GA4, they have what's called a data stream. So you can have um, data coming in from your website, your mobile app, multiple subdomains, such as an online account opening platform, a personal loan application platform, and all of that data would flow directly into the same analytics account with ease. The next question, moving on, is can you and should you use Universal Analytics and GA4? Well, as I said earlier, Universal Analytics stopped processing data on July 1st. So at this point, I would recommend keeping your Universal Analytics account for historical reference, but I would recommend turning off any conversion action tracking, such as Google Tag Universal Analytics related tags in Google Tag Manager, because that's just additional code that is unnecessary and could potentially slow down your site at this point. The next question we often hear is, well, is related to migrating from UA to GA4. Well, hate to break it to you, you cannot migrate your data from UA to GA4, so you are starting fresh. That's the bad news. The good news is if you do talk to your bank-bound digital marketing strategist, they can migrate your goals, like what you were tracking. So if you were tracking form completion, clicks to call, clicks for directions, clicks to start an application, anything along those lines, they can migrate those goals to conversion actions in GA4 and then work through Google Tag Manager to create the underlying tracking triggers and tags in Tag Manager. And of course, finally, installing GA4 on your website. Here at Bankbound, our model and our approach is to use Google Tag Manager. There is a new tag called the Google Tag that would need to be installed on your site, and then that would allow us to then um, ins effectively install Universal Analytics uh, and to have the data from the usage data from your website and other platforms that you're tracking into Google Analytics GA4, from your website into Google Analytics GA4. Thanks again, guys. My name is Tim Davis, team manager here at Bankbound. If you have any questions regarding GA4 and your financial institution's website, reach out to us at agency@bankbound.com. Have a great day. Bye-bye.